guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope both of you are doing really well. And today I am going to be talking about Napoli. Now in the past as well I made a video about Napoli, and in that video I glorified and praised them really for how well they've done over the past year. But now things have shifted and it is not going as well as before, despite them getting results of course. And it's not like Napoli are fighting relegation or anything, they are still pretty high up in the table. But what is going on at Napoli? Because controversies, poor style of play, average results, what's going on? So let's get into it. So if you like the video, please do like, share the video. If you like my videos in general, please subscribe to the channel, volume your opinions in the comments down below. So let's get into it. So this story really begins in May, where ADL and Spalletti have a bit of a falling out. The Napoli owner, ADL, Aurelio De Laurentiis, and Spalletti have a big falling out, and Spalletti leaves the job, and the reason is given is that he wanted to apparently have a time out of the game. But then, what was it? I think in October he takes over the Italy job. So I think that theory is completely in the bin. So they definitely did fall out with each other, which was a massive blow, because I thought Spalletti was really building something really amazing with that Napoli side. The way they were playing, the way he was developing these players was fantastic. Okay, they got rid of Spalletti. I thought there were many more better managers in the market. They could have got Rudy Garcia. So we'll talk about Rudy Garcia later, but they were linked with Gallardo, they were linked with Italiano, they were linked with Enrique, they were linked with even the likes of Antonio Conte, they were linked with all sorts of managers. But ADL wanted to carry on this 4-3-3 attacking style of play, and boom, they get Rudy Garcia. Yes, Rudy Garcia. This guy won a league title in 2011. He got Lyon to a semi-final in 2020. And he had been sacked from Al Nassr a couple of months before. And Italian champions, Champions League quarter-finalist, probably one of the best teams in the world, decides to go and get him. It is mind-blowing to me. It is absolutely mind-blowing to me that they got Rudy Garcia. It was a horrific appointment. I don't blame Rudy Garcia. I think he's an okay coach. But that's what he is. Okay coach. He's not a good coach. That's what I like to say. And of course, the summer Napoli had, they made the signings of Raspadori, Simeone permanent. Okay, fair enough. But the players they brought in, oh god. So Lundstrom from Frankfurt, who's a very talented number 10. But he's not what they needed, really, in my opinion, especially if they plan to play the 4-3-3. They brought in Chedira, another player that I didn't understand. They brought in Natan, very talented defender, but I don't think he's what Napoli need. I think Napoli needed a bit more ready option. Now people are going to say, oh, Kim Min-jae wasn't very unknown. Kim Min-jae had experience, he was ready for the step up. So, different players. And I thought that transfers were not good. They did not match what Napoli needed. I thought they needed a goal-scoring midfielder. I thought ideally they needed a right winger. I thought they needed a good defender. And realistically, they got none. I mean, they tried to get Gabri Veiga, but Gabri Veiga ditched them on the last minute and went to Saudi. So I think for that one, you can't really blame Napoli. But they also got Gian Coutuche from Reims, who I really like as a midfielder. But I thought this transfer window from Napoli was average. Very average. Especially the depth they needed in that squad. They haven't done enough, in my opinion. Midfield-wise, there's enough depth. Attacking-wise, what happens if like a Politano, a right winger, gets injured? Because they haven't got many options on the right wing. They sold Irving Lozano. Defensively, not much cover either. Now, I think for Kvara and Osimhen, they actually have some good cover, Raspadori and Simeone. But Napoli, I thought the window wasn't great. The managerial appointment wasn't great. And I was expecting a dip, and that dip has come. Now, to be fair to Rudy Garcia, the first two games actually played well. But the cracks were there. Especially against Rosanene, the cracks were there to see. And third game of the season, they play a half-decent team in Lazio. To be fair, in the first half, they actually dominate. In the second half, though, Sarri makes some changes, and Rudy Garcia had no answer, and they would lose the game 2-1. And from there, they have been continuously getting average results. They almost lost to a newly promoted Genoa. They drew with Bologna. So results have not been good enough, and the morale of the team hasn't been good either. You got Kvara frustrated in public. You got Osimhen frustrated with the coach and what happened after the game against Bologna. So, of course, those were not great signs. And I'd like to talk about this. Rudy Garcia tactically, again, he used the 4-3-3 from Spalletti's time, but he basically just, that's what he's done. That's all he's done. I don't really understand what is Napoli's pattern of play under him. What is Rudy Garcia's tactics? I'm trying to figure this out. Because he literally telling Osimhen, yeah, you got two defenders, you go and deal with them as you please. He tells Kvara, okay, two players are closing you down. Just try your best, mate. Just try your best. It feels seriously like that. Tactically, Napoli have degressed. Absolutely, they degressed. Now, the results might not show as much because they actually do have a lot of quality in their starting lineup, in the squad in general. But the style of play, the way they're playing is absolutely tragic. It's tragic. Rudy Garcia doesn't help with the subs either. Rarely does he make a good substitution. And that's all the issues. And I don't think these issues are as bad as many people think. I think a good coach does improve this Napoli team. For sure, there is loads of quality. And you see that on a weekly basis. That even if Rudy Garcia is not helping out tactically, Napoli are getting some good results. So I think the quality is there. It's just, personally, I think is a managerial issue. I thought the owner didn't really try to build on what they did last summer. I seriously thought Napoli had a great chance to build on last season. Last season was probably the best season they had in years. They had a fantastic team. It needed some upgrades. It needed some depth. And the depth never came. And they signed some players who I don't think they were needed. Lundstrom. They got one unproven player. So I thought two main reasons why Napoli have not been performing at this level that they were expected to last season. Mainly, coach, transfers. Both have been really not been good enough. I thought they needed to do better. Now we move to the controversies. So, Victor Osimhen. Let's talk about Victor Osimhen and then we'll talk about Kvara. Victor Osimhen had a public falling out with Rudy Garcia. Osimhen was not happy when he was taken off against Bologna. He had a bit of a public spat with Garcia. And I understand. Look, I rate Victor Osimhen as a footballer. But personally, I do not support that. I think Rudy Garcia, even if he's a crap coach, he's your coach. Right? You have to respect his decision. Would I have took Osimhen off in that game? No. Absolutely no. I'll probably put another striker on because there was 0-0 and they were trying to win the game. Yeah. But I definitely would not have reacted the way Victor Osimhen did. It is unacceptable. And after that, what happened with the Napoli TikTok account, and which is absolutely mental to me because what are they doing? So they got two videos that some people say were racist, some people say it's disrespectful, some people say Napoli don't respect their player, which I don't agree. I'll debunk this very quickly after this. So we had all sorts. And I agree, that video was disrespectful. Really, really disrespectful. To do that to your best player as a football club? I don't think so. I don't think that's on. And now people saying, oh, it's just admin. Okay, fair enough, just admin. Then why is Napoli Football Club not coming out and apologising for this or making a statement saying, okay, we had this admin, he did this, we apologise to anyone whose feelings were hurt. None of that has come out, and that is on ADL. ADL has a massive ego, probably the biggest ego in world football, and it's obvious to see with this case. He thought that this squad didn't need additions. His ego has cost them on so many occasions. It's crazy. Even if you look at the Sarri days, they never added enough to the squad when you clearly knew Napoli needed depth. And again, same thing happened this summer. And this time I thought his coaching appointment was quite wrong as well. To be honest, ADL has been Napoli owner for 20 years. And in general, he has improved Napoli a lot. And he has made loads of right decisions. But some of the decisions that he made this summer were wrong. Coaching, the way he reacted to Osimhen controversy, I think the simple thing would have been to come out and apologise to anyone that's been hurt by the video fired admin, and we could have moved on. But ADL's ego has taken over the case, and is not, and that's the problem. That's the big problem. So I hope that issue resolves soon. Now, people have been saying, oh, Napoli don't respect their players. I don't really agree. I think Napoli do respect their players a lot, especially the fans. They are highly passionate fans. I've seen many Napoli fans coming out and condemning what has happened, so I don't agree with that notion. I think the club, maybe without them not putting a statement, their position is in the grey zone, but it's what it is. Also, talking about Kvara, looks frustrated with Rudy Garcia, and his displeasure was a bit more of a quiet one. He just wasn't happy. You can see it on his face. He's not happy with how things are going, and I think those things are fixable. They are fixable. It's not like Napoli are having a atrocious start, but I think ADL have realised, to be honest, the coach is not good enough. Now, they've been linked with Igor Tudor. They've been linked with Gautier. Neither, I don't think, are really good enough for what Napoli need, but I'm glad that ADL at least knows that Rudy Garcia has not got a long-term future. I do not believe Rudy Garcia has got a long-term future. Teams will find out that this coach is completely incompetent, and teams will find ways to beat them much easily. Individual quality can only bail you out so much. It can only bail you out so much. So I think that's the thing. I do not think Rudy Garcia is going to be an Napoli coach for long, personally, in my opinion. Let's see what happens with Tottenham. His lawyer did come out and say that they will look to sue the club, so I don't know how that would go, how that work with the club. And Victor Osimhen's contract runs out in 2025, so there's no question about a contract extension now. So is Victor Osimhen going to leave in January? Is he going to leave in the summer? Is the relation going to get fixed? I don't know. I think most likely he leaves in January or the summer, personally. And I think the agent coming out making all that statement is a clear indication to other clubs that we want to get out of here. We want to get Victor out of Napoli. It's simple as that. What Napoli done, I don't think it's correct, but I think Victor Osimhen and co do want to force a move through out of Napoli as soon as possible as well. Kvaratskhelia, I think somebody will be in for him as well, because I thought Napoli would be a team that would be looking to upgrade themselves. They're not really looking to upgrade themselves. I think this summer, realistically, when I looked at that Napoli squad, I expected deep run in the Champions League, a title charge. At the moment, I expect a challenge for top 4 that's just based on quality, and maybe a quarter-final round of 16 exit in the Champions League. I think Napoli's ceiling has come down, which is a shame. Which is a real shame, because I thought Napoli had a fantastic last season, and I thought they would really look to build on this. And they haven't, and I think it's going to be a big missed opportunity for years to come, personally. But let's see what happens. Personally, I like Napoli as a full club. I think they got really good fans. They do play a good style of play, but this summer they have made a lot of wrong decisions. Let's see if ADL is willing to accept this and change about. Now, it would be harsh to sack Rudy Garcia just on based on results, because his results have been okay. But ideally, I think they need to look at a new coach. They need to resolve their matter with Victor Osimhen ASAP. Apology, whatever needs to be done. And that's how the case is going to be closed. And now I've got one more thing to say about the video about the players. So people have been talking about this. So Victor Osimhen was coming through, shakes the hand of the manager, and there's 2 players. I can't remember the name. It was Zelensky and it was Demi, the midfielder. And they put their hand out to shake it with Osimhen, and Osimhen just goes through, which shows that he's really upset with Napoli, and he's really upset with his teammates, because surprisingly, I don't think they stood up for him, which is, I think, a poor stance. I think they should have stood for him. They didn't. So I understand. And I think Napoli have been self-imploding. Now, yesterday they did with their game against Udinese, so the win could help, but I think a lot of issues right now inside Napoli need to be fixed. Manager v coach. Now, Rudy Garcia, Osimhen, Kvara, that seems like is okay. Osimhen did apologise to Garcia, so looks like that issue is under the sand for now. But what's going to happen between Osimhen and Napoli, I think that's going to determine a lot of things. How Napoli deal with Garcia, how Napoli do in January will also massively say my opinion personally. But it's going to be interesting to see how this one goes. But anyway, this was my take on what is going on at Napoli. Why they have, I wouldn't say they have become worse, but they aren't the same as before. And if you like the video, please do like and share the video. If you like my videos in general, please subscribe to the channel as well. Leave me your opinions in the comments down below about everything that I've discussed in this video. Leave me your point of view about what do you think about Napoli's situation currently. Do you keep Rudy Garcia? What do you think will happen with Osimhen, etc. And I hope to see you guys later for another video.